Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the Best Buy exclusive 4K Steelbook edition of The Exorcist. The Exorcist is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Warner Brothers. It can be found as the slipcover edition, available at your local and online retailers, as well as a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. Now, The Exorcist is one of those movies that I really wish I could have a whole do-over for my first time. It was not ideal at all. I'm pretty sure it was an old VHS copy that belonged to my dad. The lights were definitely turned on, and the audio came through the TV speakers. So, once again, not the best first-time viewing experience. And I will say, though, in subsequent viewings over the years, I have made sure to rectify that. Of course, I've been doing home theater for many years, going on 30 now. And really, ever since then, of course, the lights are turned off. You know, you got the whole surround sound experience. And I just wish I could do it all over again, because I know the film has this legacy of being one of the scariest movies ever made. And unfortunately, that just never hit for me. I still enjoy it immensely. I really like the characters, and I love the slow burn. It's really good. It's very atmospheric. It's one of the best that does it. And I really enjoy the movie. And also, I'm one of the big fans of The Exorcist 3. I mean, I feel that it is a great follow-up to the original film. And that is also on 4K if you want to check it out. But yeah, I like to do a double feature with those. And of course, they're doing the whole, I guess, reboot sequel that they did with Halloween. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, it all comes back down to The Exorcist. And if you've never seen it, do yourself a favor, watch it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right. When you do, make sure it's in a good setting, okay? Don't do what I did. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment. But first, let's do a quick unboxing of the Steelbook. Okay, we have the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook edition of The Exorcist. I really like the artwork, and if you've been following me along on the channel, you know I'm not the fan of the slipcover. So I don't know what was going on there, but the Steelbook here, I actually might be one of my favorites of the year so far. So, but yeah, I really like it. And it's got a nice matte finish. And then we have the spine and interior. We have both the director's cut and theatrical cut 4K discs. And we got some artwork on the interior. Yeah, I really like how this whole Steelbook turned out. So, all right, now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. The Exorcist on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 1:5:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and graded with HDR10. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the director's cut of the film on 4K, but a lot of the picture quality and audio can translate to the theatrical version as well. Longtime fans of the film probably know that this has underwent some interesting changes and alterations throughout the years. From theatrical to director's cut, revisions, and the color timing and palette, this alone will be enough to cause division among fans. I wish I could say that this new 4K was the definitive version, but it will just be another link in the troubled chain of home format releases. In this review, it truly feels like a what's good, what's bad with each aspect of this transfer. I wish I could say this was an immaculate, stellar picture, but it's one that is conflicting at best. First, I will say that the source used looks to be free from most blemishes, dirt, specks, etc. Arguably, the movie has never looked cleaner. Now, grain, when it's left unmolested, is pretty filmic with a medium layer of density. I would say for the duration of the movie, grain is this way and it retains its cinematic look. Then we get to the infamous exorcism scene, and this is where the quality of the 4K takes a serious nosedive. I don't know if there was some damage to the scene in particular or some revisionist tinkering, but in many instances, the grain is completely scrubbed away and the appearance of the film takes on a waxy look. This is not the only egregious offense during the sequence. Father Marin's Bible looks radioactive in his hand, which bleeds onto his fingers. In fact, the color timing looks to have been severely altered here, which makes everything look more artificial. I would even go so far as to say that the quality of the film in this scene looks to have been using sources less than 4K, to the point of it looking borderline 720p. Perhaps William Friedkin maybe was having some digital manipulation here for whatever creative reason. As it stands, this is the ugliest scene in the movie, and it's a shame it causes a blemish on this overall presentation. In another example, when Father Karras is waiting for the subway, the lights take on a purple tone, which I don't recall looking this way in prior versions. The HDR application no doubt accentuates this scene in particular, which causes it to look overblown. Flat out, these are the two prime instances of questionable transfer issues. For a good majority of the film, however, the image does look really good. Daytime sequences are actually pretty striking. Primaries are propped with the HDR grading, which gives it a more fuller look to the overall palette. Skin tones are naturally warm, at least the individuals not being possessed. Whites look stable with no blooming. Black levels are serviceable, but once again, going back to the exorcism scene, the quality of the picture causes issues. Father Karras' black clothing exhibits patchy blocks and artifacts, which will make even the most dialed-in, calibrated sets groan. As for textures, for the most part, details get a nice boost. Close-ups look well realized, and when the transfer is at its best, you'll see some nice enhancements. The real winner of this 4K disc, at least to my eyes or ears in this case, is the inclusion of a brand new Dolby Atmos mix. Now, unfortunately, the 4K of the director's cut does not have any other audio options. That's left to the theatrical version on 4K, but purists, I think, no doubt will be a little conflicted here, and they may just want to stick with the theatrical cut of the film. As for the Atmos, this may well be my new favorite classic horror film audio upgrade. It is fantastic. This film's creepy atmosphere is right at home with the additional height channel activity. The noises up in the attic, as well as Regan's spider crawl downstairs, is wonderfully immersive. Creepy effects are plentiful across the board, which are fully immersed in the additional speaker real estate. With the mid-level and rears, normal ambience also plays a more prominent role. Party chatter, crowd noise, occasional background effects give the film a stronger sense of enveloping the viewer than it ever has. Dialogue is strong with no real issues to report, and the fronts handle the respective output well. The low end is satisfying, and even with the age of the film, carries itself with admirable heft. For the picture quality, I'm going to give The Exorcist on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a B-. Whatever tinkering or alterations have been done for this 4K release, for better or for worse, this is what we now have going forward. Fair warning, the exorcism scene alone will be a source of contention for many diehard fans, and it may be a deal breaker in deciding a pickup. For the majority of the film, the picture does look really good, but I just wish that the overall presentation could have reflected that as well. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one a solid A. The real reason you're going to want to plop down your hard-earned cash for this 4K will be for the Dolby Atmos mix. The soundtrack has never sounded as immersive as it does here. Audio cues are used very effectively in your entire surround environment, and the overall presence is really solid. Audiophiles will no doubt enjoy this one immensely. So that is my review of The Exorcist on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon and Best Buy link in the comments section below. If you use them, they really help out the channel. But if you have this 4K disc already, let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about it. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.